Good morning, everyone. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and we're about to get started for today's total body strength workout. So let me just make sure everything's recording okay. Encourage you to grab some water. I'm going to grab myself a little bit of high quality H2O. I put all of the moves in the description. You'll need some weights, so just, grab the weights that are smart for your body today. And then let's go ahead and get started. You won't need your mat right away. I know I'm pretty limited on space, so I got my mat out, but I'm going to fold it up. And let's go ahead and come into a march. And while you're marching, I'm going to march over to Fred and bribe her a little bit because she's like, what is happening right now, lady? Okay, great. So you can keep with this march right now, especially I know it's pretty early in the morning and I live in an apartment, so I'm going to march it out for a bit, but we can still get the heart rate going a little bit more by moving back and forth. If you'd like to turn it into a jog, I absolutely encourage you to turn this into a jog. Where did I put the workout? Here it is. Yay! Happy Friday, everyone. We made it to the end of the week. I'm so proud of us. Let's keep this march going for just about 5 more seconds. We'll find one space in the back. Come on back to your march. Let's turn it into some fast feet. So some out and in. Maybe you start to get a little bit faster as we're going. As quiet as you can on your toes. Can you keep a slight bend in your knees? Do you remember which foot you led with? Come on back to a march. Awesome. One more time, we're going to lead with that other foot in your fast feet. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Other foot starting the motion. Just about 10 more seconds left. Feel free to use your arms. Just warming up our bodies, warming up our minds so we can get into an amazing day. Finishing these fast feet in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Plant your feet. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Let's do that 2 more times. Bend your knees. Inhale, stretch all the way up. Look up, reach with your fingers high. Exhale, bring your arms back down. 1 more time. Bend your knees. Stretch up, look up. Keep your arms up overhead. This time, chin comes back neutral to your chest. We're going to go for some nice high knee drops. So use your exhale. Drive that knee up. You can keep it right in front of you, or if you want to take it a little bit more to the side, if that feels good, that's okay. Just about 20 seconds left of these high knee drives. Continuing to warm up the shoulders a little bit. Warming up the hip drivers. Oh, my quads are tired. Let's get a little into the hamstrings. We're going to turn this into a nice forward-facing straight leg kick right now. If you want, you can give yourself 3 steps in between, or if you prefer, you can just alternate a nice straight leg kick. Your leg does not have to come as high as mine does. Find what feels good for you today. Honor each side of the body. We've got just about 5 more seconds here, and then we'll do some jumping jacks or modified jumping jacks. Here we go. So jacking out and jacking backwards. Okay, I'm still going to keep my motion on the lower intensity side due to my apartment dwelling, but I encourage you to do what feels good for you. If you're keeping intensity low with me, still think about getting those arms full range of motion all the way up, all the way out, taking a generous tap, or just keep up with your jack. 15 more seconds from right now. For 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Shake it out. Kick out those legs. Take any extra shimmies or shakes that you want. Go find some weights. Our first move of the day is going to be a front and side lat raise. So Starting with your weights down at your side. I'm going to start mindfully with the lighter weight. Make sure that your shoulders aren't rolling forward, so shoulders down and back, rib cage knit in nice and tight. Try not to let it flare as arms move. We're going to bring arms out to the side, in, down, and then just reverse it out. Up, out, down. So really think about each time those arms are opening, you're pulling in at the center line. We start move number one. Oh, okay, I lied. We'll start move number one in just a second because I forgot I changed my timer timing. So just keep a gentle march going. Thank you for your grace and patience. And also props to you uh, if you regularly are attending the 7 a.m. workout because it's early. All right. We got 20 seconds of break between each round, but otherwise we're going straight through to the very end. Let's do it, y'all. Front side lat raises in 3, 2, here we go. So finding that side, front, right at chest height, down, and then up, out, down. All the exercises we're doing today are not necessarily about how fast you're going, how many reps you get in. I love a nice slow movement so that you're moving intentionally. And if you find that your weights are too heavy, change it up next round. And if you find that your weights are too light, change it up next round. Awesome. A lot of today's moves take a break. One motion might be a little bit of a limiter for how heavy your weight is. If you want a quick sip of water, grab it now. 10 more seconds till we do that same move again. In 3, 2, chest lifted. Here we go. So you can have that slight bend in your knees. Just make sure you're not locking your knees out. Oh my gosh, we are exercising this early, y'all. Great. Make sure you're not holding your breath. If you are, that might mean the weight that you're using is too heavy. So please just keep being mindful for yourself. We're going to keep getting some work into the shoulders here at the beginning. Shoulders, upper body. Yay! Take a break. 20 seconds of rest. Next up, we've got our overhead presses. So I'm going to encourage you to open your arms out wide. Can you keep your elbows in line with your shoulders? We're going to take 3 presses on one side. Oh my gosh, 3 on the other, and then 3 all together. I'm going to come on down to the floor just to lower my center of gravity, and let's do it. 3 on one side. So if you notice that while you were standing, your back was starting to arch, that could mean that your weights are a little bit too heavy. I'm just going to keep making that reminder. Otherwise, think about coming down to the floor, just lowering your center of gravity a little bit. Oh my gosh. I need to take a break. Wow, I'm so tired today. Keep using your breath. Oh my gosh. I need to switch to a lighter weight. Yay, take a break. Am I slightly embarrassed that I'm having trouble with this lightweight? Yes, but also, why? We're just here to do the best for our bodies today, and every day is different, and so many things are going to influence your performance. Bring those arms up. Here we go. Personally, I've been sleeping horribly. If I get 5 hours of sleep in the past month, it's been a good night. That does not say a lot. That is not good for recovery. So it makes sense that I might need to work out a little bit smarter. I just want you to be smart for your body today, too. If you showed up, that's the hardest part. Whatever else happens, whoo, here today happens. Oh, quick second of break. All right, we got 5 seconds left. Yay! Take your break. I'm going to finish out this round. What is our next move? Oh, we've got a plank. So get that mat out. We're going to go for a plank to down dog into bear. Let's set up for our plank first. I'll walk you through round one. Let's get into it. So we're in our plank. Shift your hips up towards the ceiling. Shift your shoulders back forward. Walk your legs in. So you're hovering knees over the floor. Send your legs back out. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. If you don't want that break of pressing up into down dog, you can just go from your plank to your bear and step yourself back out. So either just bear into your plank or send your hips up towards the ceiling. Take that generous stretch, a little active recovery as needed in your down dog. Yay, take a break. One more time through. Down here on the floor, plank, down dog, bear. 10 seconds till we get started. In 3, 2, 1, go for it. So plank, send hips up, head comes between arms, send chest forward, walk your legs forward. How close can you get those knees to hover? And can you go right back to having your hips in line with or lower than your shoulders as you come out of your down dog and also as you come out of your bear? We're more than halfway through. We've only got one other round that I think involves a plank move at the very end. Oops. For 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Awesome. Just going to stay low to the floor, but you can stand. Our next move is going to be some around the world taps. So starting with your weight, palms forward, pinkies come together, and then arms come all the way up overhead. Heads of the dumbbell come together. That's the whole move. Try not to let that rib cage flare out too much. Here we go. So pull in from the center line. Arms come all the way out and up. Arms come all the way out and down. Nice and controlled on the way down. I have my new crochet project on the couch. In case you were like, what's that beautiful artwork? That's what it is. We're almost there. For 3, 2, 1. Take a break. I'm going to try these heavier weights for round 2 because round 1 felt a little easy. I hope you're being honest with yourself as well. You can always put the weights down, change it up mid-set, set yourself up. We start in 3, 2, 1. So tap the pinkies and tap the thumbs. Nice and wide to the side. Keep that core drawn in. Using your breath and not momentum. Take a break. All right, next up we have an overhead tricep extension. So just getting one arm at a time. Just gonna stay down here on the floor. You're gonna send that arm up overhead. Elbow's gonna stay close by your ear. You're just gonna bend and extend. Really push your knuckle up towards the ceiling. Let's do it one side at a time. So try to keep your bicep by your ear and your elbow up towards the sky. Maybe even need to have your other hand right here at your chest, just encouraging some control, control, control. Keep your rib cage knit in. We're going to hit triceps again a little bit later in this workout too. So think of this as just a warm up. Yay! Carefully release. Get ready. We're going to do the other side one time. Inhale that arm up overhead. Set yourself up. Maybe your hand right up your chest. Good. Woo! Almost there. Yay. Carefully release that back down. We're going to next up, we've got a squat to a front press. So just one weight. I'm going to have you do a nice wide squat if that feels good for you. So into this goddess squat, we're going to come on down, push your hands forward, bring it back in, stand yourself up. Let's do it. So down as low as you can go, find that big front press and press through your heels to stand. And if this goddess style squat doesn't feel good, if you want to do a more traditional squat and forward press, that's absolutely okay. Yay, take a break. I think I can enjoy a heavier weight for this next round. Last time through, squat of your choice, nice front press. In 3, 2, 1, lower down. Let's do it. Push through your heels to stand, whatever kind of squat you're going for today. Yay, we made it. Awesome. Next up, we're going to sit down on the floor. We've got some toe taps. So lay down. Easiest version is just going to be lifting and lowering your toes. Let's do it. If you want a little bit of an extra challenge here, lift your shoulders up off of the floor. I have my fingers right by my head, so I'm not pulling on my head. Our 40-second interval has started. Make sure your lower back stays down on the floor. Chin is slightly tucked towards your chest, just so you're not stretching eye gaze up towards the ceiling. You can even reach your hands forward if you want, if that feels a little bit more natural to you, as opposed to arms out wide to the side, just in case your upper body's feeling tired. Remember, you can always relax your head to the floor. Take a break. One more time through. Can you keep that 90-degree bend in your knees? If you were tapping your toes this last time, try tapping your heels this next time through. Ready? Let's do it. So this time I'm going for that heel tap. I'm also just going to be smart for my body today and keep my upper body on the floor. If you notice that your lower back is really raising off of the mat, maybe you even place your thumbs under your bum. Use your arms to brace on the floor to help you control and use your abs. And if you don't need your thumbs under your bum, you can just move your arms more to the side as you just keep working on that ab strength. Yay. Next up, we're going to go for a kneeling get up. So coming onto your knees. The whole move is 1 foot forward, Other foot meets it, lowering back down. But if you can't stand up today, just bring one foot forward and then bring it back in. Let's get started. So maybe you're just working on bringing a foot forward and just alternating which foot you're bringing forward, or you're bringing a foot forward and you're working to stand up but stay in a squat. Come on back down and through. Other side. Try and keep your chest lifted. If you keep your toes tucked under behind you instead of bringing flat feet down to the floor, it can be a little bit easier to get up. Yay! 20 seconds of rest. One more time through with that kneeling get up. Oh my gosh, my quads. In 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Just turn it back to you to be polite here. Yay! Back down to the floor. All right, we're coming back into sitting on our glutes. Option to even lift your feet up off the floor. Next up, we're going to give ourselves a nice overhead press. You can hold on to just one weight. Feet on the floor is going to be a little bit easier. Feet off the floor in boat pose is going to be a little bit harder. Go ahead and get started with me. If you found that you were in boat pose and there's a lot of rounding on your back, bring your feet back down towards the floor. If you found that you were here and you're still having trouble keeping that long, straight spine, chest lifted, then I want you to just come onto your knees and find the same overhead press. So your choice, finding this big press with a long spine, whether feet are on the floor or whether you're in boat pose for a little bit extra of a challenge. Take a break. And if balance was a real issue in round 1, consider just putting the weight down and finding your overhead reaches. Find a heavier weight for round 2. Let's sweat it up, y'all. In 3, 2, 1. So either feet on the floor, finding this press from your chest, or that extra challenge of lifting feet up off the floor. Maybe today you only lift one foot up off the floor at a time, and you can alternate which foot you have lifted. Woo. Don't sacrifice form. So bring your feet to the floor if you need to. Keep your core pulled in. Keep using your breath. We did it. Awesome. Okay. Come on back onto your knees or standing. Next up, we've got a hammer curl into a bent arm raise. So starting with arms down by your side, you're going to curl it in and then bring it out, in, down. Let's curl it in all the way and then bring it back to 90, elbows in line with your hands. Find that raise. Awesome. Our interval has started. So this is another one of the moves where that bent arm raise is a little bit more limiting than your hammer curl. Do your best to keep your hands palms in line with your elbows as you find your lift and lower. Yay, round 1 done. I'm going to try a slightly heavier weight here in round 2. We've only got one more round of this move, starting in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Get that hammer curl all the way to your shoulders. Elbows stay close by your sides to begin with. Hands, palms in line with shoulders. Bent arm raise. So if you're doing the raise part and your hands are starting to fold in like chicken wings, if you're not able to keep your hands, palms in line with your elbows, your weight's too heavy. That's right. Keep focusing still on that rib cage staying knit in right here while those elbows lift. Nice draw in from the center line. We did it. Okay. Oh my gosh, we get to lay down on our back again. We're getting close to the end, y'all. We got a same side dead bug. So finding a nice straight leg extension, one hand with the weight. You can press your other hand against your thigh. We're going to extend out long. Let's do it. Begin and bring it right back in. Can you quietly tap the head of the dumbbell on the floor behind you? If it's too much for you to straighten your leg out and bring your heel close to the floor, you can either kick your leg out towards the ceiling or with a bent knee. But this pressure of your opposite hand on your thigh should also help you to keep your lower back pressed down to the floor. Yay! Take a break, get ready to switch it up one time on the other side. Set yourself up. So maybe a gentle tuck of your pelvis to get lower back on the mat. Start to come into your reverse tabletop, hand palm on your opposite thigh. Let's do it. Finding that extension. Remember, both sides of the body are not the same. Still trying to get a quiet tap of the head of the dumbbell all the way down on the floor behind us. If you can't get your heel close to the floor, remember you're kicking up towards the ceiling, or if you're keeping that bent leg to tap your foot on the floor. Awesome sauce. Next up, still down here on the mat, we're going to go for a chest press into a fly while holding a glute bridge. So starting laying down on your back with your palms facing towards your thighs. Press yourself into your glute bridge and let's start. We're going to press arms up towards the ceiling. Turn your hands, palms in towards each other. So a little rotation. Elbows can be bent, especially if your weights are really heavy. Bring it back in, flip your wrists, find the pull down from your press. So up, flip wrists, nice and wide out to the side. Bring it back in and keep pressing your heels into the floor, squeezing your glutes to keep hips high on your glute bridge. Nice. Take a second, take a break, lower yourself all the way down. We got one more round of that to come. Set yourself up. If you didn't feel it in your glutes, turn your toes out just a little bit, heels in, press yourself up, find that squeeze, palms face thighs, up. Turn your hands towards each other, fly. Back in, turn your palms, and press. So we're getting that nice wide press up instead of narrow. Oh my gosh, lower yourself down. Come onto your knees or standing. We've got a row to a straight arm fly. So you might need a slightly lighter weight. With a gentle hinge from your hips, you're going to row and then release down, palms turn towards the back, straight arm fly, and bring it back in. Let's get started. So squeeze shoulder blades together, row. Once again, turn your wrist, hold for the full exhale, getting into those triceps with your straight arm fly. Arms aren't locked though, so there can be a slight bend. Just make sure you're not locking those elbows out. So engage your upper back and then engaging those triceps. The more that you're hinged here too, the more challenging you're going to feel it in your triceps. Take a break. I'm going to do this next round standing so I can emphasize that hinge a little bit more. In 3, 2, 1. Hinge forward. Here we go. Flat back. Find your row. Then turn your wrist. Palms up. Straight arm extension. Just a couple seconds left right here, y'all. You got it. 3, 2 and a half. 1. Yay, we made it. Okay, standing up all the way. We've got another combo move coming close to the end. We're going to come back into our hinge. You're going to give me a nice back fly. So hands are going to open nice and wide and low. Stand up into a front raise, straight arm front raise, and then tricep extension at the top. You can always bring the heads of the dumbbell together if you need to. Let's start together. So you're hinging forward. You got that wide, low fly. Press through your heels, stand up. Straight arms all the way up overhead. Head of the dumbbells can come together for a little bit of control. Elbows staying high. Triceps. And then slow, 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 slow. All the way down. Find your hinge. Fly. Press through heels. Front raise. Triceps. Keep knitting that rib cage in too, especially when you do those overhead triceps both at the same time. I know they want to flare out. And for that fly, take a break. We are so close to the end. All right, one more time through of that fly, front raise, triceps, hinge, and find it now. Keep your core pulled in tight, especially on that hinge. Keep your back feeling good. This is one of my favorite combo moves. Take a break. What was the most challenging part for you? Personally, I found the most challenging part today felt like that Romanian deadlift. Okay, last move. We're going for an inchworm. And if you want to add a push-up at the end, go for it. But starting at the back, we're going to hinge forward, walk ourselves out to a plank in 3, 2, let's do it. Hinge forward. Ugh. Walk yourself all the way forward. Once you get there, shift shoulders forward. If you want to take a push-up, I'm out of space. You can take that push-up. Feel free to drop to your knees for the push-up too. And then stand all the way to the top. If you want to add in a hop, go for it. No, I'm out of room. Woo! And you can have a much more generous bend in your knees if you want to while you're doing this inchworm. Take a break. I'm just going to dangle here in the break, stretch into that spot that I notice is feeling real tight. We got one more round, and then we're going to do some big stretches ourselves. Ready? Do it. Inhale those arms up overhead. Find a hop if you want to. Belly pulled in as you hinge forward. Walk yourself all the way forward. Shift the weight forward. Optional push-up. And then walk yourself all the way back. Yay, we did it. Awesome. Shake it out. Grab a quick sip of water, and then let's get some stretches in. L'chaim, everyone, to life. I'm so proud of you. Whatever time it is that you watch this video, but especially if you're here with me right now early in the morning. We're amazing. We're amazing. Okay, let's come to the top of our mats for a little bit of stretch. So take a moment, really ground through all four corners of your feet, maybe even making some circles with your feet. It feels great. Make some circles in the opposite direction. Awesome. Plant those feet on the floor, bend your knees, inhale your arms all the way up overhead, and then exhale, simply relax them down. One more time. Let's bend knees, inhale, arms up overhead. Keep them there this time. Palms facing forward. I want you to roll your right arm down like you're pulling a bow and arrow. Look up at your left hand. Right elbow is coming towards your spine, towards your hip, and then right arm back up towards the sky. Left arm, pull it down. Like you're pulling it up, bow and arrow, like you won the Heisman. I think. I don't know. I know nothing about sports. Reach yourself up towards the ceiling. Look up. Stretch both arms up. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. One more time. Bend your knees. Inhale those arms all the way up. Belly pulled in really tight. We're going to exhale and rain or swan dive down into a forward fold. Head relaxes towards the floor. Inhale, come into a half lift. Pardon me. Hands can come to shins, shoulders pull away from ears, nice flat back, length through the crown of your head, stretching your glutes behind you. Exhale, belly comes onto thighs. Generous bend of the knees is an option. Releasing hands down to the floor, or maybe grabbing hold of your opposite elbow. Release your head down to the floor. And with feet firmly planted, bend one knee and then the other, just getting some movement here in your hips. And then work to find some stillness. If your shoulders have crept all the way up towards your ears, squeeze your shoulder blades together, engage your lats, create a little extra space. Remember, your hands can be on your shins, and that might help make it happen. We're going to focus a little bit more on that stretch in the hamstrings, so shift the weight more forward to your toes. If you can even grab hold of your big toes with your elbows pulled out towards the side to help paint your chest down your legs. Take that rounding out of your back, though, so press your belly against your thighs for 2 more breaths. Then go ahead, inhale, come back into your half lift. Exhale down to your forward fold, hands on the floor, step your legs back, and then release knees down. Send your glutes back towards your heels. Take a generous stretch in your shoulders, coming into child's pose. Head can release below your arms. Arms can stretch as far forward as feels good on your shoulders today. And if arms all the way forward don't feel good on your shoulders, take a generous bend in your elbows. Oh, these all feel so good. And if that still feels too tight, stretch your fingers all the way back towards your heels. Just allow your shoulders to drape down towards the floor. And let's take 3 breaths here. Drag your fingers back in line with your chest. Press yourself up. Let's come into tabletop. If you need to adjust your knees to get to get them underneath of your hips. Go for it. Make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders, so push into your hands, palms. Pull your belly in nice and tight. Let's get a couple cat-cows leading with the hips. So tucking the hips under. Take whichever breath feels good. I personally like to inhale when I come into cat. And maybe you hang out here for a little bit longer, maybe a full cycle of breath, or whenever you're ready, release, pulling your chest forward and looking up, arching your back to come into cow. If you want to add in any sort of shakes or shimmies, while you're in cow, maybe some circles with your shoulders, maybe some circles with your hips. If you do something in one direction, give yourself the grace of doing it in the opposite direction as well. And then come on back to your neutral tabletop. Keeping your knee bent, let's lift the right leg up and cross it over the left so that you're crossing right behind the knee. And then shift your hips a little to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Head back to center. Lift your right leg up. Bring your right leg back next to your left. Give a cat, give a cow. Oh. And back to your neutral tabletop, belly pulled in, back engaged, right leg stays planted, left knee stays bent, lift your left knee, see if you can cross that left knee just behind the right, look over your right shoulder. Turn your head back to center, bring your left leg back to center, let's shift onto our glutes. Yay, keeping your right leg folded in, extend your left leg out. Once you get there, ground through your sit bones. We're going to take some rotation through that leg, through that hip. So bring your big toe all the way down towards the floor. Rotate, see if you can get that pinky toe towards the floor. Not today, Satan, says my leg. Find that rotation like 2 more times in each direction. And then toe pointing up towards the ceiling, flex it towards your face, ground through your sit bones, take a little bit of a twist towards your extended leg. You can stay right here or inhale your arms up, pull your belly in, hinge forward. Maybe you can reach your toes today. Maybe you just place your hands on the mat, drawing your right shoulder forward as you work to square your chest over your left leg. Big stretch into the upper back, big stretch into your right hip flexor, into the left hamstring. So many good things happening. On your inhale, lift yourself up, turn yourself back forward. Let's switch those legs out. Folding your left leg in, kicking the right leg out, round through your sit bones, and let's take that rotation into the right leg. So we're not just rotating the ankle. I want you to think about finding a little twist of the whole leg as much as you can get invited to the party. We're just taking like 3 times in each direction. See what happens today. That's all we can do. Just see what our bodies do. All right. Flex your toes back towards your face. Ground through your sit bones. Option to stay right here or turn towards your right leg. Maybe you reach towards your toes. Maybe you just put your hands on the floor. Try to take this extra rounding out of your back. So pull your chest forward. Sit bones are both down. Awesome. Lift yourself up, turn forward one more time. Let's open both legs out nice and wide. One last stretch. If you're feeling really tight, keep your hands behind you. Gently a little pressure of heels into the floor, lifting your chest. If you want a little bit more of a stretch on those inner thighs, walk your hands forward. Suddenly really feeling that Wednesday workout on campus. We did a lot of inner thigh glider work. Feels good. All right, if you walked your hands forward, if you took any sort of a forward fold, find lengthening your spine, pull your belly in, walk yourself back in, swing your legs back together. Let's come back through tabletop for just a moment. Tuck your toes under, send your hips up towards the ceiling. One more time in your down dog. So belly comes all the way towards thighs. Press yourself back. Can you bring your ears between your arms? Pedal through your heels. Get that big stretch into your calves. And then either walking your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Once you get there, shift a weight into your heels and slowly root to rise. Ground through those feet. Roll yourself up, head stacks on top of heart, on top of hips. Squeeze your glutes. Press your pelvis forward. Inhale, arms all the way up. One more time. Look up towards the ceiling and then maybe even look back. Can you push your hips forward and stretch your fingers back? Bring your eye gaze back for a gentle back bend. And then fingers back up towards the ceiling, chin towards chest. Take your time. Relax your arms down by your side. Oh my gosh. We're wonderful. Look at us. It's not even 8 o'clock in the morning. Workout number one, at least, of the day is done. I can't wait to see you guys all again soon. Maybe stay tuned. I'm going to stream yin just after this, or you can find it later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you all soon. Bye.